evening, everybody. Sharrie Ryan here, engaged citizens of Columbia County. Hey, I'm coming at you live on Monday night. Do not mind the hat. I do love the hat, but don't mind that I'm wearing a hat. It's a hat night, okay? I've had a long day. And so I just want to, dive right into it. Okay. I want to talk about what has happened this week in Columbia County, what has been going on civically, and what is coming up. So this is for, um, you know, everything civic minded, civic matters happening in our community. So I have a few things to share, and I'm going to be using like screen shares and showing you how to find some of this stuff that I'm talking about. So this week, I attended the Scappoose City Council. Okay, I live in Scappoose. I am a resident here, and I want to just go in and show you guys like how to, find all these events, what to do, to get involved and how to attend these meetings and such. So, okay, so I want to show you the Scappoose, Oregon, website and how you find the different city councils, you guys, for Scappoose. I just look up Scappoose City Council. You could put in Rainier City Council, Clatskanie City Council. This is going to come up. Usually it comes up right away where you can do city council. This is their website. Meet the counselors. You can look up info about them, about the counselors, the meetings, the minutes, etc. So I just click on here. This brings me to this page, the city council page. Talks about the city council, the meetings, different, things that they want to, bring to your attention. What I do is I usually just try to find the agendas and minutes. Okay, and this is going to bring you right to the page where you're going to see the different, schedules. So and this brings up everything. I'm going to look at the city council meetings, the urban renewal agency meetings. I know when they're going on their council retreat that the council goes to, when they have work sessions, etc. You can see these different things, how they bring them up. The county radio system presentation. This was back in November. So coming up, you guys, the next meeting then, according to this, is on council's retreat, and then the city council is February 6th is the next city council meeting. So that is how you know how to go there. The details, you can see that it'll tell you, that it's in person, the date and the time, where to go for it. On here, it usually talks about how you can do this by Zoom and such. So, Scappoose City Council meeting this last week, okay? I attended, and one of the main topics on the agenda was the first reading of Ordinance 910. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of a breakdown of what that ordinance is. It is an ordinance that has to do with the massage therapy businesses here in Scappoose. Okay. And this is a big deal. As Police Chief Steve Lugel pointed out, we would be trendsetters by having our city be the first one to pass this ordinance. And so this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And the chief, brought this to the council as a first reading and the public hearing. And so it relates to massage businesses and creating Scappoose Municipal Code 5.20 for massage facilities in Scappoose. Okay, we would be the only city in Oregon to instate this ordinance. And this is to instate a background check, okay, for any potential massage business in our city, charging the business owners $30 for a background check. Okay, so what is an ordinance? And I wrote this on our page, you guys. An ordinance is unlike a statute or state law. An ordinance is a local law, okay, a local law that is passed by municipal governing authorities, such as the city council or county board or commissioners. Ordinances also apply only to the local jurisdiction as opposed to the entire state. Okay. And I've been asking this and putting this question out. It's like, should this ordinance be passed? Should this be something that we want to bring to Scappoose and to our community? So be engaged, come to the next, council meeting, hear the next, you know, um, updates on that and what the council will be deciding. So another big thing that happened in Scappoose, you guys, I reported on this was a stolen car. And the stolen car, you guys, we're really just kind of honing in on how, there's criminals coming from Portland out to Scappoose into our neighborhoods. They come to St. Helens, different places, and then there's also, crime being done from our own residents and such. But on this particular situation, I believe, was from someone in Portland coming out to Scappoose because they stole this car. It was reported missing. Actually a Columbia County Sheriff Office officer came to the individual's home that reported the car stolen 5 hours after they called the dispatch line and took a report. Now get this, a few days later, this car was reported because what happened was these residents saw somebody messing around in the back alley with the car and seeing that they were emptying it and just getting everything out of it, and so they called it in. The cops came and they pulled up, and I want to really point this out to our citizens who are engaged and who are active in these different civic matters. Is the police rolled up on that scene, the people were in the car, basically dismantling it, and drove off, just got in their cars and drove off. The police cannot chase them. So amazing that this individual got their car back. The officer graciously waited for the individual to come, and so that he would be able to avoid, all the impounding and just different processing, got his car. And so that's a really cool thing. The hard part now being, his car is like completely just jacked up. And now you have to put a claim in on that. And now you have to deal with the headache of getting your car, repaired and dealing with insurance, having a claim on it, etc. So there's an update on that. And so thankfully that car was returned. I really just hope to see more engagement in our neighborhoods where people are looking out for individuals who may be scoping out the scene. I noticed on Concerned Residents of Scappoose, and it was somebody was reporting on there, hey, there's two guys, they came up to my front door, they were, looking around and such, and she put that out there. Get some pictures, get some pictures of these people. Follow them out of your driveway. Don't be, be inconspicuous. Try to follow them down the driveway and see where they're going. Report that out. See where they're traveling, where they're going. Get a license plate if possible, if they're just literally just scoping out the place. I mean, we don't want to be, targeting people that are out, trying to sell things or, out doing their job. But when people are just out scoping out the neighborhood, you can tell. And so we need to really get involved in taking pictures of that, reporting that out, and following this like a neighborhood watch. So be alert, be aware of what is going on in our neighborhoods. I wanted to share also the next kind of big thing that's going on in our community, you guys. I don't know if you've heard about this. This group on Facebook is called Justice for Sarah Zuber. They are a community members here in Columbia County who are really just, they're called the Justice for Sarah Zuber team. They are going hard after trying to find out what happened to this young girl, 18 years old, who was found deceased next to her home, like 350 feet from her home. And there is no answers as to what happened to her. So this citizen championed this cause with this family and check this out, you guys. They're offering a $10,000 reward for anyone that can reveal the identity of the persons responsible for Sarah Zuber's death. Confirmation will be determined by law enforcement, and it will be paid to the first person to provide that information. please send any confidential tips, and they put that out there to their email and such. You guys, the big thing to look at this is that they are not offering $10,000 reward for someone to tell them, who is responsible. They just want to know. They're not looking to prosecute. I've talked to the family. I actually have an interview coming out with the mom here very soon about her story of Sarah, and just such a tragedy to lose their child and their loved one and friend and family member. And so this is really amazing. If anyone knows anything, please, please share this and send this out and get in touch with this team that is working so vigorously to bring justice for this young woman. You guys, I am so excited. I have some new this week with a generous donation. I was able to really just make some amazing strides in this business, and I call it a business. I'm not a business. I'm doing this for free, but I've got some new stuff. I got a new camera and some new sound stuff. If you know how to use microphones and just different sound, systems and equalizing and all that stuff, give me a shout, because I would love to have just a little bit of your time for you to show me how to, make the best of this. I got some new cards. Really stoked about this. Got our logo on there, and I can just hand these out to people. It has has my email address on there for engaged citizens. Got a flag on the back. So pretty exciting. And so I'm just really excited to grow this and to be able to reach more people in our community. Somebody asked me, Sharrie, how can we donate? You don't have a donate button. You don't have this or that. I said, you know what? I don't want a donation. You know what I really want? I don't want any donations. I really just want citizens to get engaged, to get involved and make a difference. And so I asked this one person who asked if she could donate to this organization here. And I said, you know what? I would just love if you would get involved and be a reporter, basically. So be consistent. Go to a city council meeting, go to a school board meeting, and then report out, just like I do, of how, what is important. What are some, calls to action? What are some things that if you just read the minutes, you're not going to necessarily know? And we don't have time to look over all the minutes or watch all of the videos or attend all the meetings. And so it's really important to just know the highlights, know the things that, citizens need to be aware of. So that was really cool. Another thing coming up, you guys, is this is called Get on Board. This is from the Oregon State Board Association. And this is about, you guys, the school boards, you guys, we have elections. This spring, we will be having elections for board members for each school. I went into here and I looked up resources, you guys, and this is about spreading the word for school board candidates. And then they have prepared resources for people to learn how to get on board, how to get on a school board. And, they talk about how to file and how to become, with your, the Secretary of State and such. And then they also have, what does the school board do? And how much time does it take? And what do I need to know before I start campaigning? And they have a training webinar coming up, and I shared that out on our page. They have webinars coming up, and I'm going to attend this. It's at noon this Wednesday on the 25th. Pretty stoked about that. I want to learn all about that as much as I can. Speaking of school boards, we have St. Helens School Board coming up this week. And I brought up their page here, St. Helens School District. And they, just the same way, you look for just St. Helens School District, put it in there, it brings it up. And then I go into like the agendas and minutes, and it brings up the year and the different things. Their next meeting, as it shows here, is January 25th. It's a regular meeting. They're having a meal for board members, and then 6:30 is the meeting. So they have it in person at their on site, and then they at the district office, and then they also have Zoom. And so check that out. Very cool, very cool. And then you guys, oh my goodness, I am so excited for this. And I go to our page, Engaged Citizens of Columbia County, and you go down here to the events tab, upcoming events, and check this out. I'm very excited about this. This is a training that one of my girlfriends who is very involved in legislative stuff in Columbia County and the state is wanting to do a training for us, and we're calling it engaging with the 2023 legislative session. And here's all the details. Here you go to our events tab, and it will be with Jessa Reinhardt. She's from Vernonia, amazing mom, amazing advocate, and I can't wait to learn from her of how to be engaged with the legislative session this year. Important bills are coming up. Important decisions are being made for our state and how that affects our lives, everyday lives. So I really just hope to see you guys at some of these events that are coming up. And I really am excited to start doing this where every, Monday evening, Monday, whenever it works out for me, but it's probably going to be mostly Monday evening, is an update of what is going on in our community and what is coming up. So I really hope you are enjoying the content. I love hearing from everybody asking me different questions, how to be involved, how to be engaged in our community. And so, send me your messages, send me your emails. Again, it's engaged citizens of CC at gmail.com. So that is the wrap up, and that is what has been going on this week and coming up. So take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.